to Cleveland after a long hiatus. Sunday, November the 3rd, he'll play the world-famous Agora. You can go to agoracleveland.com for info on that show and they got a lot of good shows coming. And this is just one of them. Craig Ferguson, Sunday, November 3rd. This pair for you if you're caller 10. Good luck. I'll see you there. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Okay, so being called an audio hate crime by Ohio Quilter magazine wasn't our proudest moment. The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7
WMMS.
Dickinson, North Dakota, such a wonderful place. Oh yeah, Dickinson, it's the Queen City. It's a very nice place.
Now Mary can't hear anything we're playing through the
over the air. She can't hear.
Yeah, she can only hear us.
Only
talking
hear
in
us
the room.
talking.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. We've had to jury rig Mary over the laptop because they're still having a meltdown there in New York.
Everything's frozen.
Have you ever played?
Can you hear me?
Have you ever played Dickinson, North Dakota?
No.
I think I have actually.
It's not far from Badlands National Park. There, I was reading a story about three brothers, 12, 9, and 11, who were hiking. Dickinson is not far from where they were. And, boy, this guy does good work. And they discovered a T-Rex fossil.
Oh,
Imagine
cool.
you're a kid, even if you're not
That's like
into
the dream come
oh
true,
my God,
man.
even if you're not into dinosaurs from that day on, you're like, oh, I'm into Harry Potter or whatever, But from that day forward, you're like gonna be a dinosaur kid. They discovered the rare T-Rex, a juvenile T-Rex, and they knew that because it was making fart noises and had both of its middle fingers up.
Nice.
When they found it. But a juvenile T-Rex outside of North Dakota Badlands, these three kids found it. And then, of course, they call in the paleontologists. But, I mean, imagine you're a kid, and they're like, hey, I think we found something. Just hiking. You're with your dad. And find a T-Rex fossil. That'd be sweet. I've never found anything cool. Like you used to find stuff. There's this show, I don't think it's on anymore, but Gwen and I used to watch it. It's called Found. And it's this show about people all over the country who think they found something in their yard. They were digging or, something. Not necessarily in their yard, just anywhere, right? They found something that they think, and you can tell just by the look in their eyes, they're praying it's valuable, right? All these people are like, we got to get somebody out here. And so the show has various experts who will go on the road and go, it's kind of like Antiques Roadshow, but they come to you. And it's not something you found in your garage. It's something that you unearthed somewhere. And it's a guy like, I found this coin in my backyard. And listen, this is the United States. So it's not a coin that's going to go back, 3,000 years. It's not like some piece of Roman artillery that you found or whatever. And invariably, once they get the experts on the case, the guy's like, because they ask them, they really lead them. They go, what do you think this is? What do you hope that this is? And this person would be like, well, it was pretty deep and it looks pretty old. I'm hoping that they always say, I'm hoping that this is going to be worth something. Mm-hmm. And then the expert looks at it, and at the end of the episode, they're like, well, this is a button from 1982. And these people are just so dejected because they got that lottery mentality that Mary talks about all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to hit it. I'm going to win.
This button is my key to retirement.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I don't know that I've seen, and I haven't seen every single one of the episodes, but I don't know that I've seen one where they found something that was legitimately old. Some guy's like, well, I got 40 acres in North Dakota. Because what you're going to find in this country is like Native American relics, for the most part anyway. And it never pans out for these people. They're like, I'm hoping it's maybe, I don't know, I'm hoping it's maybe really old and valuable because it looks like it could be. We don't know. To the untrained eye, If you were to dig something up, if you ever unearthed something as a kid, you were out playing,
I remember we found an old washing machine that was like all rusted out in the woods behind our house. And we were so excited, and we went and got our parents. We didn't know what it was because it was really old, so it was just like this barrel. And we're like, I think it's a plane.
Oh, it wasn't the whole thing. Yeah,
right. We thought it was like a crash plane.
Right.
And so we're like, come check it out. And they get out there like, yeah, it's an old washing machine. And we're like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, because
it's still kind of weird to find out there, but it was we were like, we think we found a wrecked plane. This is gonna be so cool.
If you just saw a washing machine barrel, you would know what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this is from. This is from now. People are finding plane pieces all the time in their yards. They go, "Hey, is this?" Yeah, it's a door from a. It's not even a thing anymore. They're not even that excited.
While they're on the plane.
Yeah, while they're on the plane. Yeah. Hey, did you unearth
the ceiling fell down?
A piece of the fuselage came apart.
This is important. This means something.
But yeah, those shows, boy, because it's exciting for one thing if you were to find something in the ground, and it's one thing if you find a coin, or if you find something that looks old. But there's other people who have unearthed like figurines.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, the longer something's in the ground, the older it's going to look. And even as you're watching the show, you're hoping for them that it's something really old and unique. And the experts come in, and they've got a guy who can, decipher old parchments. And there's another guy that deals with antiquities and statues. And they take it to him. They go, what do you think this is? And it's television, so they're building it up. And at the end, because it looks like it could have been this long buried sculpture from some past civilization. And they look at it and they go, well, we traced it back to, this was part of a box of Cracker Jacks from 1951. And the guy's like, oh, I'm older than that. These aren't young people who are on this show. It's like old, grizzled guys in their back 40. He's like, I'm older. Oh, God damn it. What are you going to do? These kids found a T-Rex fossil. And they're going to have to turn that over. It belongs in a museum. That's exciting for them.
Hey guys, Brendan. Hate the show. I think you guys are missing the funniest part here. Yeah, the cellulite hanging in the pubic hair is great. But listen to the way he enunciates the word. Yeah. It's not the pubic hair. I could not stop laughing at that. Anyway, love me, hate the show. Guys, have a great day. Bye.
God, people loved that clip. Played the video yesterday of I think it was just a local activist or something in Houston. I don't know if he's a elected official or anything, but this video of this girl, an elementary school teacher in Houston, who posted a video of her in a classroom showing her boobies, pulling down her pants, like
Spreading her
showing
butt
whole,
cheeks,
the whole bit, man, right there in the class. And the guy was just beside himself.
But all you could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair.
Cellulite and pubic hair.
You have to. Mary can't hear that. You weren't here for that part of the show yesterday either.
No.
Oh, God, she was gone for...
Yeah, she's gone for cellulite and
I
pubic
didn't hear
hair.
any of that. No.
And she can't hear it
no,
now.
Can't hear the recap. She just hears us.
Yeah.
I got to
Well,
narrate
that's the
everything.
thing. I'm terrified because I'm like, did the internet go out too? Because you guys are all talking and then it goes completely silent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, either they're listening to something that I can't hear, or
Yeah, we got to
they
kind of
all-
adjust
everyone
and
left.
keep it just conversational, no audio if we're going to keep Mary included.
Well,
right?
I mean, I'm sorry. I can't not play my funny little clips. I can't play my funny funnies.
I fully
Oh,
understand.
jeez, I didn't-
I can't. What?
But then she talks over because she doesn't know you're playing
She
it.
doesn't know we're doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Coconut squirt milk, hanging cellulite, and pubic hair.
Yeah, coconut squirt milk, hanging cellulite and pubic hair. Cellulite and
All
pubic
you
hair.
could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair.
Yeah, that poor guy. But they blurred her out. So I'm curious what this guy saw. Because the video we saw, it was all blurred out. It was all censored. So he must have seen
No,
some...
I think he went to her actually her OnlyFans and watched the video.
it was on her OnlyFans.
Because I think Yeah, it was on her OnlyFans. That's where they got the video from, and I think that's what, like, he studied it because he was going like, he was giving like a play-by-play like it was a Zapruder film. Like he's just like, and then this at 3 seconds and 44 milliseconds, you see the cellulite hanging and the pubic hair.
Cellulite and pubic hair.
Oh, you could see was cellulite hanging in
Did she do
pubic
this
hair.
in front of a full classroom, or she just
No. There was nobody else in
Yeah.
there, but it was pretty intense, man. I mean, whether it was after hours or before hours, because it looked like the room was lit like daylight. She had to have it on
4 hours. That means it's 6 a.m.
Yeah, but also,
People
okay.
are always horny.
Right. Well, no, what I'm saying is, I don't mean that. I mean, she had to think, oh, nobody's going to walk in here.
Right.
The door's locked. She probably had the foresight to do that at least. But other than that, like, don't elementary school doors have windows?
Yeah, usually.
I mean, school doors have windows. I'm fascinated by it. It's so brazen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to use that word as much as you'd like. So brazen and egregious. This woman. I wonder if that really bumped up her OnlyFans, though. Because everybody's got a kink. Might not even rise to the level of a kink. Everybody's got something they like. And she killed two birds with one stone. There's guys that are like, I'm tired of zipping through OnlyFans and not seeing cellulite and pubic hair. Why do I have to subscribe to one girl for the cellulite and another girl for the pubic hair? If only there was one girl that could satisfy both my cellulite and pubic hair lusts. And here she is. Teacher in Houston. Boy, they're wilding in H-Town, aren't they? Your sister still living there?
Yeah, she's moving back soon, though.
Yeah. All right.
I think they're in the process, honestly.
Now, do they know that they're leaving the land of cellulite and pubic
Oh,
hair?
yeah. I mean, listen, they're going to Toledo. There's going to be plenty of pubic hair and cellulite.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I keep thinking they're coming back here, but they are going to Toledo,
they're in
aren't they?
Toledo, Bowling Green area.
The Glass City.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Toledo is, Mary? You live there.
Yep.
The Glass City.
When that man, I don't remember who's saying it. That Rack City Tyga, maybe? Rack City bitch, Rack City bitch. You know that song?
I do not.
I think it's by Tyga or Ty Dolla Sign. I get those two confused. But everyone in Toledo would sing Glass City bitch, Glass City bitch instead of Rack City.
Oh, she can't hear me play it anyway. It was Tyga, Rack City.
Tyga, yeah.
Is he the dude? What, didn't he leave it in one of the Kardashians or one of the Jenners? Didn't he have a kid with Kylie Jenner? Tyga.
Maybe,
I thought she was one of his baby daddies. Maybe the only one. I don't know.
I don't know anything about it.
Tyga.
If it was a Tuesday, Perez Bilton might be able to help you out, but it
Right.
is Wednesday, so I don't know crap.
Nothing.
Nothing about them celebs.
She's with Travis Scott now, but I thought she had a kid with Tyga. Because it's not Tiger. Normally you'd go by Tiger, but you got to be cool because you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to be Tyga. Tyga was seen getting close with Jenner at her 17th birthday party. Days later, he ended his relationship with Black China, his fiancée and the mother of his son. When Kylie Jenner turned 18, she and Tyga made their relationship official. Ah, well, there you go.
Wasn't Black China with Rob Kardashian?
Yes, she was.
So they just flip-flopped?
Oh, it's one big, happy, horny, gooey family. How about that? So that's 10 years ago. She was 17. How old does that make her now? There's no way to know.
34.
Wow, 34. All right. And Travis Scott was the dude where all those people got killed at his show, right? He did that.
I don't think like a lot of people like that one. I think one person died.
People got crushed?
Crushed, yeah.
It was like trampling.
Yeah.
Right. You
Not
definitely
trampolining. That's different.
Yeah, no, that's more fun. You
Mhm.
definitely don't want that at an event of yours.
No.
When you go, hey, how's it, you go backstage, you're talking to people maybe in between songs or sets. How's it going back there? If you hear the word trampled, man, that's not good. The Who knows from Cincinnati? That's not good. Pearl Jam knows. There's this unfortunate fraternity of bands where people have been killed at their shows. You know, Pearl Jam had that show in Denmark a long time ago. The Who in Cincinnati. The Stones at Altamont. And the Hells Angels stabbed those people. And, I mean, even some unlikely candidates. You know, those bands you go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you know, sometimes you're going to get some rough trade. But, you know, we mentioned him before. Kenny G, 68 today. He did a show in Jersey a few years ago. Just a Kenny G show. Regular show. 67 people died. It was crazy. Trampled. Everybody trying to get to the front of the stage. Soccer moms and the like.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to hear Songbird, and they wanted to hear it up front. They're like, how am I going to enjoy Midnight Motion back on the lawn? I'm not gonna. So he's part of that unfortunate fraternity, too. 67 people killed at a Kenny G show in New Jersey. Terrible. Terrible.
He gets them all worked up and probably all slippery because they're also turned down.
Seriously, they're in a froth.
Yeah.
They're all in a froth.
Can't help it.
That's a soprano sax, man.
Yeah.
It really is.
What's doing it? Hey, you call me a spit valve.
Hey, there's people getting trampled out there. Spit valve. Yeah. Well, anyway, Kylie Jenner. Tyga.
Tyga and Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner and Tiger. Yeah. Boy, it was so funny when like everybody was giving her a hard time for saying she was a self-made billionaire, right? It was on Forbes magazine a few years back. And they were like, well, Kylie Jenner is a billionaire on paper because she's got this makeup line and whatever. And of course, they were digging into it because nobody wanted to believe that Kylie Jenner could be a billionaire. So the whole youngest self-made thing, that's silly because she came from money. So that's silly. But all those people who do come from money, for whatever reason, they want people to think that they built it all themselves. I don't know where that comes from. You know, Zuckerberg, money from his parents.
I just don't
Elon Musk, super wealthy family. All these people, you know, people.
I don't think they understand that other people don't have this advantage.
But they do.
I don't think they do. I don't think
that line about Trump years ago, he's like, oh, I did it all myself. I just got a small $1 million loan from my dad. People know that regular people aren't getting $1 million loans from their parents.
But they also don't look at regular people as people that should succeed anyway.
Well, there's more regular people who've succeeded than, you know.
Right, but their point of view is, you know, they still did work, so they're like, well, it was really hard. I couldn't have done, you know. So I think they just have a really skewed view of reality because they don't even realize how many advantages they actually have.
I guess so. I mean, it's got to be. Like, I think
it's like when we talk about white privilege and people are like, I don't feel any privilege, but they don't even understand what privileges that they have because they're not experiencing what black people are going through.
Well,
and it's the same thing with wealth.
But people know if they're rich or not.
Right, but they don't know a life without money. So that everything still seems hard to them because they still had to ask their dad for money or whatever. They still had to do some work. So they're like, well, this was just still really hard.
I feel like the whole not point, but definition of privilege is not knowing that you have it.
Right, but like if you were to say, if somebody goes, I don't get treated, you go, do you think you would get treated the same as a black guy in a similar situation? And if most people are being honest, they would have to say yes. And so that to me is a pretty cut and dried example of how you could explain it to somebody. But to go, I think of Mark Cuban, okay? Mark Cuban is a self-made guy. He wasn't rich. His dad, he's from Pittsburgh, right? So I'd run into Mark Cuban every so often. Mark Cuban got rich at the right time because he was the guy that figured out how to stream audio on the internet. Mm-hmm. But he was a kid who grew up like, he started a lawn mowing business and he sold garbage bags door to door and that kind of stuff. He was running advertisements in local news, in the Post-Gazette and the Cleveland Plain Dealer. And he went to college. And Mark Cuban is a guy to me who is a self-made guy because he's a smart dude and saw opportunities and knew how to do things. He's not alone. There's plenty of people like that. But anybody who talks about, I got some seed money from my parents. If any of us had gone to our parents and said, I just need $500,000 in seed money, Mom and Dad, they would have been like, well, good luck with that. Better start knocking on doors. You ain't getting it here.
My dad owed me money when he died. Like, that's not even a thought to be able to ask my parents for that.
Right. Right. It's like, I think it might be Neil Brennan's joke. He's like, if you can ask your parent, no, it's somebody's joke. They just did it. If you can ask your parents for money, you're not broke. The joke is like, I was just getting ready to call you and borrow money from you. It might be Neil Brennan. I'm not sure. But, people who don't have money, they know they don't have money. And people who do have money know they have money. I know they're operating in the same circles as other people with money, but they know that they are apart from the rabble. They know that. Maybe in their little group of people, they go, oh, I did it myself. You got $10 million from your parents. I only got $1 million.
And they never talk about the things that didn't work out either. So they'll be, Kylie Jenner made all this money, is worth $1 billion, but there was other things that she probably tried to do that didn't work out, but you get so many opportunities because you have so much money. It's not like a one and done situation. It's not like you put everything that you ever made into the situation, and then if it doesn't work out, you're finished.
You're like a do or die thing, yeah. But I got a burp. Sorry, I got to take a break here. I want to get somebody to Hawaii. I'm out Portage Lakes area this weekend doing a bunch of appearances, getting people qualified for this. But you can also qualify here on the show. You can go to WMMS.com in the break if you want to. Hit the contest page there. Because Kona Brewing and MMS are going to send somebody to Hawaii. We're going to fly out, put you up, give you $1,000, the whole bit. So